All right, good morning, everyone. Instagram, Facebook, welcome to the PT on Ice Daily Show. I am your host this Friday morning, this Fitness Athlete Friday morning. Mitch Babcock, reporting to you from Health HQ headquarters here in Fenton, Michigan. Just got done coaching our 8 a.m. CrossFit class, and we'll have to coach the 9:15 CrossFit class. That gives us a perfect amount of time to slide in this PT on Ice Daily episode for you guys this morning. The topic this morning is setting the soreness expectation. But before we get to that, I just want to bring your attention to some courses that are going on. There's a professional bike fit course happening this weekend with Jason London. But looking forward to next weekend, we've got a couple courses out on the road. We got the modern management of the older adult. That's going to be in Ohio, out in Massillon, Ohio. We've got the extremity management course. That's going to be November 6th weekend as well. And that's going to be in North Carolina. And then we've got a total spine thrust course opening, happening that same weekend, November 6th, out in Washington, in Pasco, Washington. So a lot of courses on the road next weekend. So if you're looking to kind of wrap up some end-of-year CEUs and get in touch with the ICE team out on the road, there's a lot still going on in Q4 here at the end of the year. From an online perspective, our Essential Foundation course is in the tail end right now. We are in like week 6 of our Essential Foundations course. We will be launching our last cohort of the year that starts December 6th. So if you're looking to get into the Essentials, December 6th, with myself, Alan, Miss Kelly Benfee, and Guillermo Contreras, you can jump online 8 weeks all from your computer, learning to move a barbell at your local gym and jumping on live calls with us. That's the Essential Foundations call starting December 6th. Other good news today, Alan will be sitting down and chatting with Dr. Julie Fouché, which was scheduled for last week, but had a little scheduling interruption there, and so they rescheduled it for this morning, talking all things CrossFit Precision Care, which should be really, really interesting for us fitness-forward PTs to really be vocal about and strong in this space. And so looking forward to a good conversation with Alan and Julie Fouché. That's at 11:30 Eastern Time, so be checking all the ICE accounts for that to go live today. All right, let's talk about the episode. The setting the soreness expectation. And this is a topic that, kind of has been discussed in some of our live courses of late. Been on the road quite a bit the last couple of months and having some really good conversations with PTs all around the country who are integrating more advanced loading protocols in their treatments, getting folks off the treatment table, enough with the tummy tucks, enough with the manual therapy. Let's get up and get moving a little bit and let's get some load on board. And then encountering that dilemma, that problem when you finally load John up, right? And you put John through some deadlifts or some split squats or some, loaded lunging and you get him on the assault bike, right? You put some load on board and then onset is the soreness, right? And John comes back a little bit irked about this, right? He's a little bit torqued that he can't decipher this soreness from pain, from injury, from harm. Have I taken a step back now because I feel the way that I do after loading? This is a common dilemma that a lot of clinicians run into. And then you get the call, maybe you get the cancellation from the patient. Hey, I'm worse after doing that workout you put me through. What the heck is going on? And a lot of this has to come back to expectations or priming the expectation prior to the intervention, right? And so let me put this in context for an analogy that makes sense to me and maybe it makes sense to you. I fly quite a bit. For these ICE Physio weekends, we jump on a plane. Shout out to Delta for getting me everywhere I need to be on time. But we jump on a plane, we fly over all the country on Fridays and fly home on Sundays. And listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't particularly love being in a plane, taking off at a screaming fast rate, going high up in the clouds, right? Like, I am like most folks where I'm oftentimes calming my nerves down a little bit and trying to put myself at ease that, this flight's going to be fine. Like, it's out of my control. Like, just chill out a little bit, right? So you got your AirPods in and you're hammering on your computer or you're just, you listen to a podcast, doing what you do. And then all of a sudden you start encountering some turbulence, right? The plane starts bouncing around, boom, 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 right? Seatbelt sign flashes on, ding, ding. Flight attendants come over, take your seats, whatever. That turbulence unexpectedly has you kind of a little bit on edge. You're kind of like your alert system's up. You're looking around. You maybe pull up your window. You look out to see, are the wings still there? If you're crazy like me, you're like, yeah, okay, they're still there. We're good, right? And then the pilot finally kicks on, and in their classic pilot voice. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We just ran into some turbulence. Didn't really foresee that coming, but we're gonna make it through here. Next couple minutes. Just go ahead and sit tight, keep your seatbelt on, and we should have you back to a smooth ride pretty soon. Well, you're like, I should make it through it. Let's hope, right? Let's hope that this comes to an end in the next couple minutes. And so you're trying to calm yourself back down. You're sitting in your seat, and you're like, okay, it's just turbulence. We're good, right? Now compare that scenario to the scenario of a pilot who comes on before the turbulence. Okay. The pilot kicks on and says, ladies and gentlemen, in just a minute, you're going to see your seatbelt sign kick back on. Just so to let you know, we thought we had a nice, smooth flight today, but looks like we got a little bit of turbulence up ahead. Just sit tight. Shouldn't last no longer than 5 minutes. We'll turn them seatbelt signs back off for you after we're out. Letting you know ahead of time what you're about to encounter because the pilot is in control. Because the pilot has been here before, right? Because the pilot knows that, hey, upcoming on this journey that we're on, there's going to be a moment of turbulence. But we're going to get through that turbulence. It's only going to last a short duration, and I'm going to get you onto smooth sails on the other side. So just sit tight with me, buckle up. After about 5 minutes, this should be over. Your nerves, your anxiety is way more calm with that pilot who lets you know ahead of time that, hey, things are going to be good. I'm in control here. Rather than coming on after the fact and being like, hey, oh yeah, that got dicey, didn't it? Well, hey, but we're going to make it through it. No problem. Just sit tight, right? Setting the turbulence expectation, setting the soreness expectation in PT, we are the pilots, right? We need to be in charge of letting the patient know, say, hey, John, I know that we've been doing a lot of stuff on the table, and I know that we've been doing a lot of stuff to bring your symptoms down, but we're not going to fully resolve what you have going on until I get you stronger. And part of that getting you stronger process is going to be some muscle soreness. And it might be hard to decipher what's sore, what's pain, what's tissue harm. But when I load up your legs, we're on a scale for how much pain I'm going to allow for during our session. I'm going to give you boundaries for how much pain I'm going to allow for following the session. But part of this process is encountering a little bit of turbulence, is encountering a little bit of muscle soreness, right? We understand that stimulus recovery adaptation curve. We understand that part of building the body to be more resilient means temporarily breaking it down and allowing for tissue, rehabilitation to happen, right? For tissue strengthening to really set in. We know that. It's not our patient's job to know that. They don't know that part of getting strong or rehabbing this knee back to full speed means a lot of quad soreness along the way. So set the expectation for your patients. Hey, we really need to get this knee strong. Do you agree? Yeah, it's limiting you anytime that you have to use it under these loaded conditions, XYZ. So we're going to load the knee up in rehab. And you're going to have some soreness. That soreness is typically lasts 1 day, maybe at the worst 2 days. But beyond 2 days, what we call delayed onset muscle soreness, you should be back moving and feeling pretty good. When you feel that soreness kick on, here's some things that can help. Get moving. Go for a walk. Get on a bike. Do you have a bike at the house? Just do some slow, moderate intensity spinning. Let's pump some blood in there and let's flush out some lymphatic, right? Giving them the expectation that there could be some soreness, what that soreness should and should not feel like, how much pain you should experience and how much is too much, right? Letting them know that after a couple days, I want to know if that soreness calmed down like I expect it to. We're only going to see 5 minutes of turbulence here, right? We're only going to see a day or two of muscle soreness, and then beyond that, we're going to load that tissue up again. That lets us know that we're dosing the area that needs to get stronger and that it's getting stronger as a part of that process. But without that information, we're just leaving it up for chance that John's going to figure it out on his own. We're just assuming that John knows what muscle soreness is like, and that was part of my intended process. John, I can't get this tissue stronger unless I load it up, and part of that process means some muscle soreness from that. So hang with me on this. If we overcook it a little bit, I'm happy to back things back down. If you don't experience much soreness, we may not have loaded it enough. All of that is relevant feedback from me. But I have to be upfront and set the expectation for what we're about to encounter and what we're about to embark on as a journey, right? I think doing that, being in control, being the pilot of that plane a little bit more, will help your patients understand a little bit more about you've been here before, you are the movement expert, you have a lot of background in loading people up and getting them stronger and discharging them out of pain. You're the pilot that's in control. You're the person they want flying this plane right now. Communicate that ahead of time. Let them know what the plan is and what's to be expected along that journey. All right? Set the soreness expectation. And let me know next time your pilot comes on with a little turbulence announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and sit tight for us. We'll be arriving at your destination here shortly. Get a crack out of that every time. All right, team. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a great Friday. Keep a lookout for at 11:30, Miss Julie Fouché joining Alan Fredendahl on a call talking CrossFit Precision Care, talking CrossFit primary care intervention, and where PTs stand in that mix of those things from a fitness forward approach. Looking forward to that conversation. Looking forward to the great weekend that's going to be had on the road this weekend and next. Yeah, a lot of exciting things. So let's roll into Halloween week here, kicking up. If you're like me, we celebrate it all week long. So have a good one, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Share this podcast with a friend if you found it useful or entertaining. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.
Hey, thanks for tuning in to the PT on Ice Daily Show. If you enjoyed this content, head on over to iTunes and leave us a review. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and Instagram at the Institute of Clinical Excellence. If you're interested in getting plugged into more ICE content on a weekly basis while earning CEUs from home, check out our virtual ICE online mentorship program at ptonice.com. While you're there, sign up for our Hump Day Hustling newsletter for a free email every Wednesday morning with our top 5 research articles and social media posts that we think are worth reading. Head over to ptonice.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to sign up.